There's a silent transaction that happens every single day in every conversation we have. It's a negotiation of power, of space, of respect. And in that negotiation, there are really only two outcomes. You either claim your own sovereignty or you surrender it. So let's figure out which path you're on.
It's a tough question, right? Kind of harsh. But let's be honest with ourselves for a second. Just think about your day so far. Those little compromises, the moments you stayed quiet when you should have spoken up, the time someone kind of pushed a boundary and you just let it slide. How many times? Because that silence, that inaction, it has a price. It's not a neutral gear. It's an active choice, and it's a choice that carves out the very space that others are going to occupy at your expense.
Okay, look, these are not my words. This is the brutal honesty right at the heart of the material we're looking at today. It's a direct shot. It's meant to confront that part of us that chooses comfort over courage, the part that would rather avoid a conflict, even if our own dignity is what's on the line. Yeah, it's a statement that's definitely designed to make you flinch. And this, right here, is the other side of that coin. Being passive isn't just the absence of doing something. It is doing something. It's the active choice to step aside, to allow something, to accept it. Every single time you don't speak up, you are actively teaching people how they're allowed to treat you. I mean, let's be real here. The world is complicated. People are always testing boundaries, sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. But if you don't build the skill of holding your ground, of putting up a little fence around what is yours, your time, your energy, your self-worth, the world will just pave a road right over it. It's that simple. And this is where things get really dangerous. This is where we fall into a trap. It's a mindset that starts out as just, wanting to be liked, but it slowly turns into a cage that you've built for yourself. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's a slow erosion of who you are. You start getting used to the discomfort. You actually begin to normalize being the victim in the situation, feeling like you can't ask for what you need because, somebody else's demands always seem way more important. It's basically the slow death of self-respect. And just listen to how final that statement is. The second that disrespect starts to feel familiar, the moment you get used to it, you've already lost the fight. In fact, you've stopped seeing it as a fight at all. It's just become your reality. And hey, if your own well-being isn't enough to get you moving, think about this. People are watching you. Your kids, your partner, your friends. What are you teaching them when they see you let someone just walk all over you? You're not just giving up your own respect. You're showing them that giving up is an option. But there is another way. And it's not a suggestion. It's not a piece of friendly advice. No, it's a mandate. It's a command that you have to give to yourself. Now, the source material here uses the word pacifist in a very specific way. It's not describing someone who believes in peace. It's describing someone who uses peace as an excuse for doing nothing. It's time to stop hiding behind that excuse. Making yourself respected, that's an active, ongoing project. And this just nails the core problem, doesn't it? It's so easy to give respect to others. I mean, we're taught to do it from the time we're kids. But how many of us turn that same fierce level of respect inward? How many of us demand it for ourselves? And this is such a crucial point. This isn't about trying to win an argument or beat someone else. It's not about competition at all. The only victory that actually matters here is winning ownership of yourself, your own personal sovereignty. All right, so how do we actually do this? This isn't just about changing your mindset. It's a skill. And it requires tools. You could even call them weapons. Not for being aggressive, but for defending who you are. And it all starts with something that sounds incredibly simple, but for a lot of us, it's profoundly difficult. Two fundamental tools. They don't require any special training, just your intention. The pause and the gaze. Before you give your answer, before you defend yourself, before you agree to something, just pause. That little pocket of silence before you speak isn't empty space. It's gravity. It forces the other person to wait, to actually consider what's coming. It shows them that your words aren't just some knee-jerk reaction, but a deliberate choice. That silence, it gives your words weight. And then there's the gaze. To actually look someone in the eye when you speak, especially when it's a difficult conversation, that's a huge act of self-respect. It says, I'm here, I'm present, and I am not afraid. And yeah, it's hard. It feels super uncomfortable at first. But guess what? So is growth. That difficulty, that's kind of the whole point. And so, here we are.
We've arrived at the final step. After understanding the cost, the trap, and the tools you can use, there's only one thing left: a choice. So why are we so terrified of doing this, of setting a simple boundary? Deep down, it's because we believe that by saying no, we're going to cause some kind of catastrophic social disaster, that everyone's going to be thinking about us. But that's just the ego's lie. You are not the center of the universe. Set the boundary. I promise the world will keep spinning. So, at the end of the day, it really boils down to two paths. There's no third option. On one side, you have the difficult, deliberate work of achieving your own personal sovereignty. And on the other, you have the easy, familiar comfort of just accepted submission. Which one are you on? This right here, this is the final challenge that our source material leaves us with. It's a challenge to look at this statement and either reject it with every single fiber of your being or to accept it, to own it. Because even in that brutal self-acceptance, the source suggests there's a strange kind of maturity, maybe even a first step. The choice, as it always is yours.